Men are not created equally. This is particularly accurate of how they act around women. Despite some commonalities, there are significant differences in how different types of men interact with women. The Sigma male is one sort of man who appears to attract many women. Sigmas are those who do not fit within the traditional gender roles. These individuals are nonconformists, rebels, and lone wolves. They may not follow conventional gender stereotypes, but they definitely possess the necessary skills to stimulate women in all the right ways. One of their strengths is the ability to think creatively, which frequently leads to surprising and intriguing acts. Sigma males rewrite the rules when alpha and beta males follow them. This makes them not only more intriguing but also more complex. While there are countless ways to drive women wild, here are 12 methods used by Sigma men. 1. They don't seek her approval. Sigma males are not looking for her validation or acceptance. They are not attempting to charm or impress her. What she thinks of them is unimportant to them. This doesn't mean that they're impolite or disrespectful. Rather, it just means that they don't hold her in high regard. They regard her as an equal and do not hesitate to put her to the test. Sigmas are a welcome change of pace for women who are accustomed to guys who cater to them and tell them what they want to hear. This doesn't mean you should start being annoying or nasty. Rather, it means you shouldn't make an effort to win her favor. She is not worth your time if she doesn't accept you for who you are. Women will start to ponder all kinds of things when they notice that you don't care about their approval. Once you leave her company, they will continue to think about you because of this. They'll be interested in learning why you don't want to convince them and what you're searching for. As many women are not conditioned to these manners from guys, it will undoubtedly catch their attention. They are accustomed to alpha and beta guys trying their best to win their approval by making an impression on them. But a Sigma truly grabs their attention when they act in the other way. 2. They often break the rules. Sigmas are rule breakers who don't comply to the norm. They detest taking the same old route everyone else does and disagree with doing things the way they have always been done. This does not mean that they always deviate from the norm just for the sake of it. Simply said, they don't adhere to traditions and regulations blindly. They are free thinkers who don't hesitate to question the status quo. Their interactions with women frequently reflect this. Sigmas don't feel the need to follow the rules, even if it's necessary to be nice. They often disregard it and follow their own rules. They can take a novel approach to a woman or say something surprising. They don't use the same worn-out routines and hook lines that many other guys utilize. It's crucial to understand that Sigmas don't act this way just to stand out. They genuinely believe in what they're doing and frequently have a good reason for defying expectations. 3. They don't mind turning her down. Many males find it difficult to reject women. Each woman who expresses interest in them is viewed as a potential girlfriend or bedmate. Men frequently say yes since they don't want to take the chance of offending her or making her feel rejected. Their top priority is getting laid, not anything else. Sigma males are not affected by this issue. They feel completely at ease rejecting women. They are not afraid to reject a woman since they know that not every woman who expresses interest in them is a possible mate. They will merely refuse to do something if they don't want to. This doesn't mean that Sigmas are impolite, cruel, or unattractive to women. Simply put, they view women entirely differently. They view them as people, not as potential sex prey. They are able to choose their friends and associates more carefully as a result. Most men simply consider what they can gain from women. Just ideas of sex and how to score occupy their brains. They are on the hunt everywhere they go. So how is it that such a man could reject a woman? Only if they have something better, something different in mind. They won't be easily distracted by a hot physique or a pretty face if they have a clear idea of what they want and where they're heading. This is what enables Sigmas to stay concentrated and on task. 4. They don't apologize for being themselves. Sigma men are at ease with themselves and don't hide their identities. Women find this confidence to be quite appealing. They do not try to please others or fit into a mold that is not right for them. They are far more captivating and attractive because of their honesty. Sigma males simply let their genuine colors shine, as opposed to beta and alpha males who may try to be what they believe women want them to be. They simply are who they are. They make no effort to impress anyone. Being sincere and not making excuses for it is something few guys have the courage to do, which will further set you apart. A man exudes confidence and self-assurance when he feels free to be who he is. One of the most alluring things a man can do is this because it lets his own personality shine through. Since the Sigma personality type is the least common of all the personality types, many women initially struggle with how to deal with it. They will get fascinated with you nevertheless once they discover that you are unlike anyone they have ever met. The other sex will undoubtedly become seriously interested as a result of this. 5. Their eye contact is really intense. Sigma males usually hold her gaze for a little longer than it is by other men. This can be unsettling as well as fascinating. She might get the impression that he's attempting to understand her or that he is in some other manner testing her. Yet it can also give her the impression that he's engaged in the discussion. In either case, she will undoubtedly take notice of it. This kind of eye contact is frequently interpreted as a confident gesture. Although initially a little daunting, this is also quite powerful. It's the kind of thing that could simultaneously arouse a woman's interest and make her feel a little intimidated. Of course, you don't want to linger too long in front of her. That would simply be spooky. Although it can be effective, direct eye contact should only be made seldom. When to use it and when to back off, Sigma guys know. They are aware of the value of creating tension and are skilled at doing so with their gaze. 6. They hardly give her compliments. Sigma men are not the kind of men who usually offer compliments. In fact, they frequently completely avoid them. This might seem unusual, but Sigmas know that compliments are frequently hollow and meaningless. A compliment is certainly appropriate at times, but Sigmas prefer for their compliments to have some significance. They want to earn them. This demonstrates your character as a non-flattering gentleman. Your compliments will be more meaningful and sincere. They do not praise others in order to benefit from them. There is no other reason why they do it. They just really mean it. Most women are accustomed to receiving compliments frequently, yet they often don't take them seriously. They can see right through most men's attempts to flatter women since they know this. Sigma males, on the other hand, are far more picky with their compliments. Compared to most other males, they have a whole different perspective on women. Because they are interested in the behaviors that reveal a person's character, guys frequently care more about what women do than how they seem. Because of this, a Sigma will often compliment her knowledge, wit, or accomplishments. A woman who is used to receiving compliments about her looks all the time might find this refreshing. That shows that you are concerned about more than simply her appearance. 7. They adopt a relaxed attitude. Sigmas are famous for having a laid-back attitude. They don't take things too seriously and are not easily upset by trivial issues. People who are continuously trying to gain their attention or get them to do something can find this quite annoying. Sigma guys are present-oriented and prioritize their goals. They don't let other people's expectations or judgments control their actions. For a woman used to a more conventional way of thinking, this can be tremendously freeing but also very mysterious. Many women interpret this relaxed demeanor as a sign of apathy or even disinterest. They are clueless that Sigmas are very aware of their surroundings. Even when they seem unfocused and calm, their logic and reasoning are constantly at work. This can be one of the most annoying aspects of dealing with a Sigma. It appears as though they don't give a damn, but in actuality, they really do care a lot about the important things to them. Simply put, they resist letting themselves become trapped in drama or bothered by unimportant details. 8. They are indifferent to the latest fashions. Sigma males are totally independent and individualistic. They don't worry about adopting the newest fashions or mixing in. They would like to follow their own agenda and be independent. This can be very attractive to women because you're not a sheeple. As an individual, you have your own unique ideas and opinions. This freedom may be beneficial or detrimental. On the one hand, it shows that you're not scared to stand out. Just because it's simpler doesn't mean you should blend in. It can be quite powerful to be able to carve out your own path in life. On the other hand, doing this might come off as distant or indifferent. She may believe you don't care about her or anyone else if you show too much independence. It's crucial to find a happy balance between independence and interest. You don't want to appear needy or careless, but you also don't want to seem overly dependent. Strike the right balance between being independent and assertive while still demonstrating your interest in her and what she has to say. This doesn't affect their lives in any way when it comes to fashion. Sigma men would prefer to dress in a way that is both functional and reflects their distinct personality. They detest being forced to fit in with expectations and the herd mentality. While looking good and dressing well is important, you shouldn't become overly obsessed with fashion trends. Simply wear what you find appealing and comfortable. 9. They are not afraid to walk away. Because they are highly independent, Sigma men are not scared to walk away from situations that don't work out. He will have no trouble ending a contact if a lady becomes pushy or clingy. He won't put up with someone attempting to dominate him or zap his enthusiasm. Sigmas are aware of their value and will not accept anything less. They would prefer to be by themselves than with someone who doesn't value them. They are not the kind of people who remain in a marriage or other relationship merely because it is convenient or simple. This can be a very difficult pill for women to swallow. People frequently believe that Sigmas are simply trying to escape their troubles. However, this is not the case. Sigma men are incredibly courageous. Although they are not hesitant to confront their issues head-on, they also have the wisdom to recognize when it is best to give up and move on. We may all take away a lesson from Sigmas in this regard. It is very okay to acknowledge when something isn't working. Walking away is sometimes the wisest course of action. 10. They pull her out of her own mind. Sigma males have a talent for releasing women from their own thoughts. They are not scared to express their opinions or pose difficult questions. As a result, women can think differently and perceive things from a different angle. They can also lose their inhibitions and be more spontaneous. Many women are so used to men who just agree with everything they say and do that they find Sigmas refreshing. They're not afraid to push boundaries or challenge her. They enjoy pushing someone's boundaries and discovering their potential. This doesn't mean you should be impolite or disrespectful. Rather, you should be willing to push her out of her comfort zone. She will develop and gain confidence as she makes her bounds. It will also enable you to learn more about her and discover her true nature. Being incredibly intellectual and logical, Sigma males can challenge women in many ways. They're pushing her intellectually as well as emotionally. Both parties may find this to be an incredibly stimulating and exciting experience. Sigmas are not using women. They help them develop and broaden their views. 11. They aren't scared to stir up controversy. Sigma males aren't afraid to speak their mind or cause a stir. Controversial subjects and challenging conversations don't scare them. Actually, they frequently find it enjoyable to talk about topics that get other people out of their comfort zone. They become more fascinating and engaging because people are eager to discuss taboo subjects. Sigmas view these subjects as an opportunity to engage at a deeper level of communication with someone, whereas some men might avoid them out of fear of confrontation. This willingness to be controversial also shows your willingness to defend your beliefs. You aren't a coward or a doormat. You have strong opinions and don't hesitate to express them. Many women find this to be a very attractive quality in a man. The ability to discuss controversial issues reveals your intelligence and knowledge. Men who always talk about the same old things and never step outside their comfort zones tire women easily. This type of man is usually not very interesting or engaging. Sigma males are constantly keen to learn new things and can easily hold their own in a conversation. They are receptive to many viewpoints and open-minded. They have adaptability and flexibility, two traits many women look for in a man. 12. Their enigmatic character keeps her guessing. Sigma males are often elusive and enigmatic. They are not easy to figure out. This air of mystery can be quite alluring for women. It keeps them guessing and wanting to know more. It's the type of thing that can make a woman feel both excited and nervous at the same time. Sigma men are hesitant to reveal too much about themselves. Even if others might not understand, they wish to keep certain things private. They're not trying to be secretive or mysterious, but rather they don't want to share everything because they value their privacy. Sigmas can be particularly alluring to women due to their enigmatic nature, which gives them room to use their imagination. They can try to figure out who he is and what his life is like. Being mysterious doesn't mean that you should be distant or unapproachable. You can still be friendly and open, but you don't need to share your whole life right away. Just let her know there's more to you than meets the eye. While it's important to be mysterious, you also don't want to be too mysterious. If you're too difficult to figure out, she might get frustrated and give up. There needs to be a balance between being an enigma and being an open book.